Welcome to Huntsville, Texas, and Elliott T. Bowers Stadium, home to the Bearcats of Sam Houston State, who have built a rich winning legacy and one that they hope follows them to the upper reaches of college football. Today, two teams get set to square off in an intra-conference battle in the AAC. As we'll see a team coming off a crucial bye week, the Arizona Wildcats, taking on the Sam Houston Bearcats. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And the Bearcats will put toe to leather to crank us up. Fielded in the end zone. It's Bravo. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. So the Arizona Wildcats offense takes the field to start this game off. And here's the man they want to get the ball to in this passing game. This is the type of receiver, David, when he's covered, he's still open.
He's still putting that hand up in the air. Coach, I'm still open. And more importantly, his quarterback knows that. They're going to move him all over the field. They're going to feature him on offense. They're going to make sure he gets a lot of touches, whether he's open or whether he's open, because he's always open.
At the 35, he's got room. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. Use the play fake, now to throw. Makes a connection. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. And the Wildcats are in the hurry-up.
Nice confidence by the QB. Good throw over the middle of the field. Nice little strike down the field for a big play. Listen, you got to throw it where it's open.
Throws toward the end zone. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
Well, I like this quarterback being aggressive and taking a shot. Just a better play there by the defense.
Offense gets set for second down. He's looking to throw. He's got it. He gets it in. Touchdown, Arizona.
That is how you get your playmaking wide receiver in the game early. First series, they scripted this. They want to get him the football. They get him the football, and he does the rest. Gets the big touchdown on the opening drive of the game.
And they tacked on the extra point. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So the Sam Houston Bearcats offense will try to get something started with their first possession. And they seem to believe that they can take big plays away and man coverage by just locking him up in this matchup, David.
And it's hard to lock down a great wide receiver, but a great defensive back versus a great wide receiver, we got a showdown.
Yeah, let's be honest, David. Most defenses don't have a dude like that at cornerback that could do that in a game like this, but this matchup is unique, and it's going to really determine the outcome of the game.
So after the first down run, here's second down. Leaves it with the back. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
Now that's what you try to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
Here they come, trying to convert a 3rd and short from the 28. Using the quick game. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Quarterbacks are just like anybody else. They get in rhythms. And to get in a rhythm early on 3rd down and have a little success here and get the sticks moving, great chance to continue to get this offense moving down the field to get some more points.
And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. The give out of the gun. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
Just a simple power play. Again, not sexy, run the ball up the middle. Physicality, offensive line gets to assert themselves, run block, which they love to do. This pays dividends down the road in the 4th quarter.
He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. And the Bearcats have this offense rolling. Handoff to the single back. He showed it all there, a little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down. They're about to snap it for the 7th time on this drive.
First down.
To the air on first down. No more time to throw. Quarterback is sacked at the 35.
This offense is going to have to come up with a plan to block this guy. He is an absolute monster, and he showed you all his tools on that sack.
On second down, he'll let it fly. Got a man, it's Dahl. They make the stop, but the sweet rolling catch is plenty to give them a first down. The Bearcats come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Hand off from the shotgun. What a good run there. He has enough for the first down.
And a great job by the offensive line. You're going to run the ball right in the middle. You better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackles doing a good job getting on their guys just enough where this running back can get into space and make the big game.
Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
Yeah, and a really good job by the defender understanding the ball's coming. I got to break on it and go and not try to intercept it and make a bad play. He swats it down and makes sure that's an incompletion.
They're trying to get to it. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Sam Houston. A methodical drive, soul-crushing, spirit-breaking, and it ends in a touchdown.
And listen, I know everybody wants the big plays, the big, long touchdowns and all that stuff, but putting a drive together like that is very difficult to do time and time again, and it's demoralizing for the defense. Great drive by the offense.
And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner will be dragged down. Arizona sending the offense onto the field. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
Quick completion to the right. And they pick up just a few on that completion. And the Wildcats want to pick up the tempo.
Great play by the cornerback. He was just way too physical at the point of attack. He beat his man trying to block him, and he tackled that receiver on the screen.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. The Wildcats will have to send out the punt team. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? Do you be more aggressive here to try to get the football back to your offense?
The give to Davis. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
And a nice crisp run. Great job. Maybe expecting pass, in second down, but really good job running the football, committing to it, getting the first down.
Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36.
Listen, I know that's not a huge gain, but those run plays add up. They make you tackle the back every single play. Physically, you have to get some guy on the ground. It takes its toll throughout a fourth-quarter game.
Pulls and throws off the RPO. Excellent job working through the air. They're finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. The Bearcats are moving quickly down the field. Little touch pass to the receiver. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
They'll try the right side. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Intercepted. Got room on the return. He's at the 20. And he's going to take it all the way back. Touchdown, Wildcats.
Awesome job by the linebacker there in coverage, reading the quarterback's eyes, spying the QB, knowing where that ball was going to get thrown, and then the ball skills just to pluck it out of the air and take it back for a touchdown. Awesome work.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. They're lining up to kick it off after the pick 6, and that defense will come out feeling it. He'll start the return inside his 5. They make the stop, and that'll bring the first quarter to a close. That's the end of the quarter, and Arizona has the lead here. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played 1 period. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. First down to start the drive after the break. RPO complete to open the drive. Running game worked on first down. Let's see if they go back to it on second down. And they're not quite in rhythm there. It's incomplete.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
Caught behind the line. It's Dahl. He's going to have enough to pick up the first down as they stop him at the 33-yard line. The Bearcats come to the line with a new set of downs. They go to the ground. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Got a little work done on first down. Now back to the line. One back in the backfield. He gets the carry. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Hold it. Offense.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. They'll line up for a second down play. Motion from the offense. Quickly complete. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On third down, going up top. He's moving out of the pocket. At the 45, on its way. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
That shows a lot of poise and a lot of experience by that guy there. Not thinking to himself, hey, on 3rd and long, I'm going to have to throw and make a really good throw here to go get this first. Hey, if it's not there, you don't got to force the issue. You're a good enough athlete to go take off and get it yourself with your legs. Beautiful job.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, it's so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. Once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. The give to the back. He tried to find some running room, but they get him stopped.
That's a really good stop by the defense. Jesse, they need a few more. You've given up a bunch of yards on this drive and a bunch of plays, but all that matters is keeping them off the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's that bend, don't break mentality you're seeing right now, and this is the point where this defense has just got to lock in.
Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. Offenses gain momentum with third down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25. Looking for a productive play on first down. He'll do it himself. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open. Nice job between.
Touchdown, Bearcats! Reeled it in and just made the house call. That touchdown was a clinic in keeping your offense on the field and wearing the other defense out.
Sometimes your best defense is your own offense, being able to stay on the field. You're absolutely right, Reese. That was a clinic. Running the ball, playing at great rhythm and pace. QB making good, smart decisions and not shooting yourselves in the foot. No penalties, no turnovers. It doesn't get any better than that last round.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Arizona has it back, the offense coming out to bear down. Line gets set, 1st down. He's looking to throw it. That's caught. It's Cherry. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a 1st down. The Wildcats racing to the line in a hurry-up.
And that was a nice throw by the QB. When you see that drag route coming across the field, how about putting the ball right on his numbers? Not high, not low, where he has to stop his momentum. Right on the numbers where he can catch it, keep running, and chew up some yards after the catch.
2nd and 10 here. They'll try the run. They make the stop, but this running game moves the chains as they get the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. Takes a hit as he fires. Wide open downfield. Slicing and dicing through this defense, and they've got it down to the 23.
I know that goes down as a completion, but hear me out. Defenses want hits on the quarterback. They want to make him feel uncomfortable. They want him to start seeing some of those go.
A shot toward the end zone. It's complete. And he was pushing for that goal line, but the D stopped him at the 2.
This tight end is such a weapon because he can line up all over the field. That time he starts in the slot. He's running the corner route against zone coverage, and he's just got athleticism and wiggle and the ability to separate and make big plays. It's so nice to have a target like that.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal?
Yeah, and I tell you what, I love the run game down here. I love being able to give it to a back and be able to do it.
And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
Offensively, I think we got to be a little bit more creative at this point. 2 plays ago, gain of no yards. Last play, he just gave up a sack. Let's think outside the box. This is a golden opportunity to put a touchdown on the board.
Third and goal coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. Coming after it. And he just throws it away. That is not what you're looking for on 3rd down. 4th down coming up. And they'll send out the field goal unit. He got it. And now they take the lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Hey, guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great top 25 matchup. Utah State is currently up big right now in a game they'll be talking about in Logan for some time. They're up by 18 over Notre Dame. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see them here, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want. This defense doesn't know how to react to getting punched in the mouth on that last drive.
So in this next drive, David, I think you keep running the football because that sets up the play action, it sets up the RPO game, and then you keep this defense guessing.
Comes out throwing on first down. Safe completion on the screen. Still on his feet at the 45. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on first down. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
You know, defensively, you live by the blitz and you die by the blitz. That time, they dialed it up into the run play, and the linebacker able to make a nice tackle.
Makes the catch. It's Dahl. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. From the gun, wants to pass. Quick completion on the out route. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
A really good job by the quarterback being very decisive. He saw his matchup, he went for it, he attacked it, got the positive gain. I would say he's going to find that guy a few more times today.
And the Bearcats will have it 1st and 10. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Here's a quick throw out to the left. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. And here comes the offense on second down. He's looking to throw. The sure hands, it's Davis. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
Wants to throw on third down. Still looking on the move. Working their way closer and closer. A third down conversion, and they've got it at the 26. Tune in to the Ocho. 8th play of the drive coming up. Looking to go up top on first down. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He's finally stopped, but a big play there with his feet as he moves those sticks. The offense burns its 3rd and final timeout of the half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He makes a grab. And the defense makes the tackle, and that ought to do it here in the first half. And here they come to give it another shot on 3rd and goal from the 3. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, time for everyone to take a deep breath and digest what we just saw in Huntsville. And it's been said football is a game of inches, and guess what? Based on the comparison between third down conversion rate today and the average yard per play, how can you argue that? I mean, the low-lying fruit is to look at some of the explosive plays we've seen in panic. But really, this game is going to come down to which team is more efficient when they have the ball and how they play when it matters most. And with that, let's send it back to our team at Elliott T. Bowers Stadium.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. Arizona will kick off to get the second half underway. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. They got a lot done through the air in the first half, and they might need even more production here in the second.
I think they will, Reese, and I think this is an offense that has proven they're playing with good timing right now. They've got some matchups where they're winning one-on-one, and they're just going to have to keep going back to the well, David, and relying on hitting some explosive plays to win this game.
Yeah, and I think we look at numbers naturally, and they're losing. So that's the most important thing on the scoreboard, but they have had success, and so what do? You keep playing pitch and catch. You got to score, but you got to...
Gonna take a shot. What a grab along the left sideline. Got the foot down in a strong throw. Put it right on the money.
And how about the big strike down the field? I love when offenses take shots down the field, try to make big plays. Now they're set up in the red zone.
The entire complexion of this possession changed on that one play. Now they've got it 1st and 10 inside the 20. Quick strike complete. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers.
Man, this quarterback's been in a nice rhythm all drive, hasn't he? He's just playing on time. He's making good decisions. He's now got the offense at 1st and goal. I'd let him throw it down here. He has earned that right.
Picked up some of what they needed on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. Got his man quickly. Touchdown, Bearcats! And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half.
And listen, my job is to get it to my playmakers like this guy on the outside. He'll do the rest. He'll get in the end zone. Nice catch. We're going to finish it with a touchdown.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they take a 21-17 lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Arizona sending the offense onto the field. Had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, Dave.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
Zings it complete to the right. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. Arizona right back to the line. On 3rd and short, they'll go to the power running game. And with that effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line. The Wildcats will line it up on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Finds his target down the middle. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. Looking for room. It's Bravo. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. Crosses the 40, gets it down to the 35 before he stopped, a gain of 6. From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on 3rd down. Quick completion on the out. Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the 1st down. From the red zone, looking for a space. Fires on the move. Quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete.
And that is a huge missed opportunity for the quarterback. You've got your guy wide open in the end zone. You're not under pressure. You just got to hit him. That ball got away, and that's one he'd like to have back.
They're bringing heat. Catch in the middle. It's Thorne. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Arizona lines up with a 1st and goal. Snaps it in the shotgun. Snags it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. How about the renaissance of the tight ends? Inline, flexed out, split out. They can do a little bit of everything.
They really can, and they're asked to block a lot of the times too. But I tell you what, all the wide receivers out wide, the fancy toys, the fancy spread. Don't forget about that tight end. He does a little bit of everything, and then you reward the big fella, throw him the ball, and he catches. So he really can do a little bit of everything in an offense.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive, because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
On 2nd down, just keeps firing. And the DB right with him to knock it away.
Listen, I know DBs don't catch the ball real well, but to be a defensive back, it's one of the hardest positions in football. You got to stay with these big, fast wide receivers and then try to go track the football and make a play. Great job making a play for his team.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. He's got it down the left side. And a pickup of better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
They'd hoped to come up with explosive plays, and they used one there to set them up inside the 30, 1st and 10. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run, then you open it up for the passing game.
The Bearcats get it past the sticks.
I know it's not sexy, but those little runs just keep you on your heels, keep the sticks moving, making you understand, like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to be patient. A lot of offenses aren't patient. They get too big play happy, wanting to force the ball down the field. This offense is staying nice and patient right now.
It's so nice as an offense to know you can generate explosive plays by handing the football off to this guy. He has got incredible speed.
And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. We'll see if the offense can punch it in on 2nd and goal. Trying to slam in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Sam Houston.
And I like the running back's vision. He sees the hole, explodes through it. He knows where the goal line is, gets in the end zone, gets 6.
And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
2 very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Buffalo handled its business today, and given what the week was like in Western New York, that is saying something. This is a focused group, and it's reflected in that final score. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way, but I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Arizona in a hurry.
Brings up 2nd down.
He's back to throw on second down. Gets it out fast. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. Using him out of the slot, he has just been unstoppable.
And I love putting dynamic athletes in the slot that I can move around, that I can put in motion, that I can make him go in or out. I can put him off the ball so you can't get hands on him, and they've really featured this guy today.
They'll leave it with him. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. They'll try to run for it. That'll be enough for a first down as he crosses the 50 and gets it to the 48. Arizona moving the ball quickly down the field. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land.
Brings up second down.
Looking for space. It's Bravo. They'll give him 4 on that one. It's 3rd and 6. Trying to pick up a first down. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. Arizona runs out the punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Making sure there's no return on that one as the punt sails out of bounds. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make? Because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
These two quarterbacks have produced as we check out their numbers after 3. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Gets it out quickly. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
This quarterback obviously did a lot of film prep coming into this one. He has been picking this defense apart. With that last completion, guys, he's now got over 300 yards passing.
Big 3rd down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. And the Bearcats pick up the first down.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
They'll ride Davis here. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. And the Bearcats with the 1st and 10. From the gun, the running back has it. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
One man in the backfield, and he gets it. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these 3rd downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on 2nd down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up 3rd and long, and now you're set up to fail.
A quick completion to the left, looking for the first down. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down.
He has been the go-to guy on offense all game long. And on a critical 3rd down here in the 4th quarter, surprise, surprise, guess who they go to? That guy.
Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. And he's running in the open. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
Caught in the backfield, it's Davis. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. The RPO fired complete to the left. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. So this offense with an opportunity to put this game in a hammerlock if they can score and bleed the clock. Looking to throw it again. Grabbed behind the line, it's Davis. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there. Now it's 2nd and goal. Pushes toward the goal line. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Bearcats! They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
How about this? These guys are going for 2. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Got his man out of the backfield. He's got the 2-point conversion, and they build on that lead. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Arizona has it back, the offense coming out to bear down. These corners going to give them some space. He's going to pass. The quick out. Boy, that was a precision play all the way around. Throw, catch, tackle, bang, bang, bang.
And that's perfect for the defense. You'll give that up all day. You're winning this game by multiple possessions late in the game. Play big zone coverages, keep the ball in front of you, and tackle the ball carrier inbounds.
And the Wildcats come to the line in the hurry-up. They'll throw on 3rd and short. And that one's incomplete. Worth taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
After that incompletion, 4th and short now on their own side of the field, I think there's a lot of coaches in normal circumstances that would stay conservative and just punt the ball away. But you're trailing here in the 4th quarter. I think the offense needs to stay out on the field, and you got to go for it.
Breaks a tackle, and he's got room. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag on the field.
Holding, offense.
That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. Fires one high and deep. Incomplete on 4th down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work.
And now my mindset has to completely change. Listen, we needed points. That's over. Like, plenty of time left, over 3 minutes on the clock. I got to get me a stop, and I got to get that football back so my offense can score some points.
The RPO, it's complete. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
The Bearcats pick up the first down.
It's not a flashy play call, but that is exactly what it was designed to do. Get 2 yards, get the first down.
And if they can find the end zone here, that might be all she wrote. 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Forges ahead for 1 to the 8-yard line.
And that's really nice offensively because you're in the red zone. You do have an opportunity to add to your lead here, but you're staying in bounds. I think the clock right now is the most important thing. How can we keep this thing ticking away? By going down in bounds, you're doing exactly that.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They've gotten pushed back, but it's still 3rd and goal. He wants it all. It is incomplete, and he almost had himself an interception in the end zone. It'll be 4th down. They'll send out the kicker here. A relatively short field goal try from 26 yards out. Between the uprights, it's good. And they'll push that lead out a little further. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Tulsa went on the road and silenced one of the most vocal crowds in football. And it's clear this Golden Hurricanes team has adopted the mantra, let your play do the talking. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that. It sounds as if they had a good one there. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29. Defense backing up, trying to keep everything in front. They'll throw it on 1st down. That's caught. It's Bravo. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. Going up top on 1st down. Blasted as he lets it go. And that pass is intercepted. Couldn't find a ton of room on that return, but that small change, they take over at the 43.
Man, this defense did a perfect job understanding the situation. You know you got the lead, you know they're going to be passing, and you come after the quarterback, get the big hit. You get pressure on the quarterback, good things happen, and they make the big INT.
The give, and tick, 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 tick. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
You got to give the coaching staff credit because they really do focus all season long on situational football with the lead late in the game. If we're on offense, we're trying to stay in bounds. We're trying to bleed the clock. And after ripping off a really nice run, that guy knew, I've got to get down. I cannot get pushed out of bounds, cannot get tackled out of bounds. Really, really nice job.
3rd and short now from their own 48. Power football with the run. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45. The Bearcats will snap it on 1st and 10. They're getting this guy lathered up.
And that's exactly what I want from my offense. Like, listen, they're out of timeouts. I want this clock to tick. Now, we have seen some college coaches across college football continue to run the football and also give up the football and give a gift to the other team. This one's over if I just take a knee.
Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
Really nice job stopping the run, but the problem is you have 0 timeouts left. You cannot stop the clock right now if you're the defense, so this has got to be excruciating for them. They know the offense is just going to take their time before they snap the ball.
Guys, this is a really good win for this ball club as they put together consecutive victories.
And in this season, that's what you got to do. You got to put together good weeks, build on each other, build that momentum, continue to grow as the season goes on.
Yeah, David, it's all about building confidence, and it's really important for these players to go out, work hard in practice, and see that hard work really pay itself off on game day. This is a team that's really starting to believe in itself.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.